It's Monday, Monday. Peace and blessings, all my beautiful people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you want to support my brand, it's inspiredbydreams.shop. That's the place to go to add something new to your closet, and dress outside of the box. Okay, it's Monday. I'm feeling good. I hope you guys had enjoyed your weekend and you're going ready with this new energy for this week. This is what we got to do. We got to get ourselves up and out and get it going. I got a lot of things to talk to you guys today about. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A few things I've seen, you guys, that I really want to talk to you guys about, man. But I love you and I hope you guys are really just enjoying your life the best you could, because I've seen some things that really it kind of had me a little shaky. I don't think people are taking this whole life journey thing serious. And I want to start today with sending some healing energy going out to Lil Booy. I had watched his video on him having heart issues and him just not knowing what it actually was, just wanting to go to different hospitals, different doctors to find out what was going on with him. And it made me sit back and really think about when I looked at him, and I realized that, he was really, when you're searching for answers and it comes down to your health and you just feel some kind of way, or you feel different than you did the other day, you can't really point it out. But what I noticed about the whole situation was he didn't have his family around him. And I know he was on tour or this and that, but just I don't know if he's staying with any of his baby mothers right at the point, but these are the times when you get a little older. These are the times where you want your peoples around. So when you do feel some kind of way, they can be there to be your crutch, or just have somebody around that loves you and loves you for you. Because the older you get, your health means so much more than the money. And I seen that and I felt bad for him, because I feel like a lot of it plays a part. Anxiety, me personally, I have anxiety. And sometimes if you don't take control or know what's going on in your body, your anxiety kicks in and it could probably possibly feel like a heart attack is coming, even though you might not ever even know how a heart attack feels. It just feels that way because your body is something is unbalanced. So I seen him and he was, I think what Boosie really needs to do is take a little break from just the constant on stage traveling on, because he is a diabetic and he does need to, let his body kind of like rejuvenate. Kind of like your body it how you whatever you put into your body is how your body is going to react to whatever you're doing. So if you're out there on these stages and you're doing your music, your body has to be ready. You have to have enough energy, and if you keep running that out, man, it doesn't feel good. Trust me, I could have money stacked up to the ceiling. If I'm not feeling good, well, you guys can take all my money. I'll do anything to have a healthier life. And that's just how it is, man. So it's not really a dollar sign. I just feel like when it comes down to Boosie, he just needs to eat a little better. I've been seeing the things that you got to cut out the alcohol and foods. Once you start realizing certain foods that make you feel better and you're feeling down or you're feeling bad or feeling hurt inside, you start searching for all the foods that's trying to, that's going to help you out. It's like me, myself, when I had anxiety and I didn't know what was going on with myself, I felt like it was going to be a heart attack. You guys, I didn't have the type of energy that I would want to present myself in my best self, And I was just like, man, what's going on with me? And the older you get, you start to realize, no, it could be in the food that you're eating. It could be just the lifestyle that you're living. It's not living up to what your body can hold at the time as you get older. So I want to really send some healing energy to Boosie, because that really, when I seen him there and he was almost in tears, it made me feel some kind of way, because I know I've been there. It might not be for the same thing, but I've been there at a point where you just don't know what's going on and you need help. That's why I always say, when it comes down to love and having a partner on your side, you got to have somebody that love you from your head to your feet, man. Because if not, then it's not even worth it, because you're going to need your lady there maybe, and even possibly your kids, not your kids really, but most likely your lady there to be on your side, because, she's going to be there for you, Your first healing energy should come from your partner and the people that you love most, and just giving you the tips on how to better your life. But when I seen him all the way out there, and he's out there and he's doing his show, and he said he was doing his show and going to the hospital right after, it's still not the best way of going about things. You want to really take a little break. You got a lot of music out there. You set a lot of goals for yourself and you succeeded. And this is the time where you got to concentrate on your health. Being a diabetic, he's been you know, ever since I've heard Boosie been a diabetic, I've been watching certain things he does that I'm like, why he do that? I mean, one time I seen him pour like a whole bunch of sugar in his stuff. You know, all of this stuff is the things that it kind of like it's gonna catch up to your body. So for everybody out there, if you feel some kind of way, the best feeling, the first feeling, the best feeling to get is feeling healthy. And me myself, sometimes like it depends, like certain things that I can't eat anymore, but I used to love in the past. And sometimes you just got to give things up to gain more health in your life. And I just want to send some healing energy out to Boosie. What's up, y'all? Much love, y'all. Much love. Hollow Flash, shouts out to you. Rizzy Nizzy, shouts out to you, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Just speaking on little Boosie, man. I'm giving wishing him all the healing energy and yeah, just tell him take a break, take a break. Sometimes you're out there, you know, your health is gonna be your main priority in these times. I mean, if you don't have that, you can't enjoy the fruits of your labor. You can't go out there and you know, play with your kids. I know he has a newborn on this way and yeah, you want to be there for your folks and sometimes don't burn yourself out. That's another thing too. I got a lot of new videos dropping. I got definitely have one dropping today at 10:30 after this is all over. But a lot of videos to try to help you guys out and look at things from a different perspective and see, just start realizing what's more important to your life, in your life, excuse me. And I feel like, damn, man, I just had a different type of energy for Boosie because he works so hard. He's the type of guy that, you know, he's if you one day you see him in this state, next day he's in that state, he's on the go trying to make it all work. And as an independent artist, he's been striving to the top. So it's nothing wrong with taking a break, sitting back, getting your health together, and then getting back out there and doing what you do. It's not, people are not gonna you know, forget about you. Your work and everything that you have put forward is always gonna be, you know, always gonna be top tier stuff. So yeah, man, I just felt some kind of way when I seen Boosie like that. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like to see him like that. Because I mean, he works so hard for everybody else, you know. Always got to have, you know, your main chick on your side. A lot of times, like I see a lot of things going on, and people are just going for like relationships for just sex, this and that. But at the end of the day, you need the person that's gonna be on your side. She's gonna be there for you no matter what goes down, you know. And times like that, that's when you really see your family, and that's when they should be on your side. So yeah, that's just one thing. Another thing, you guys, have you checked out? I don't know. I've been vibing out to the Cushion Orange Juice Part Two Wiz Khalifa album. It is really dope. A great body of music. I love all the production on there. Top tier production. Wiz Khalifa always comes with it. I don't know if you guys are a fan of Wiz Khalifa. One of the best vibe out. I'm talking about, he is the king of good vibes. So I was listening to all his music, just going through it back and forth, and I really love that album. I really, really appreciate that album. I'm still listening to it. It has a great production. I believe they got quick. It's so many people on there that I like the track with him. I like the Red Eyes. That's one of my favorite track. It just knocks for blocks. He has so many different tracks on there that I just love. The one with him and Currency, of course, that's like, you know, Batman and Robin, them getting together, that was really, really dope. Yeah, just, you guys got to check it out, man. That Cushion Orange Juice 2 is really, it's going to build itself into a classic, really good vibe, ride out music. Like, you chilling with your shorty or you in the whip, you can ride out to this. The vibes are good, and that we need more of that, especially summertime coming. We need more of that good vibe music. That's what I'm gonna be into, just uplifting music and things like that. But I really appreciated that. The next album I'm looking forward to is that Nas album. I listen to Nas all day, but you know, that's the next album I'll be looking forward to. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go check out that Wiz Khalifa new album, Cushion Orange Juice Part 2. I believe it's gonna meet the standards of what the first one did, and it's gonna be another classic. Trust me when I tell you, good vibe sound, good music, good music, good music. Um, Another thing that I'm hearing is Diddy, man, back to this whole Diddy situation. Diddy he doesn't want no parts of Cassie in that courtroom, especially when it comes down to the tape or when it comes down to her even testifying. He doesn't want no parts of it. They're saying that the tape is altered, and I don't think the tape is altered. I think what people don't understand is when they gave a copy of for the internet, they're not gonna give you the whole reel of them, you know, the time ticking and you see him coming out. No, they're gonna cut it into the parts that most set the situation. So when they say alter, that's a tricky way of saying, you know, maybe it was altered for the, you know, for social media when they posted it out, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be altered when it's in court, if you guys understand what I'm saying. And I just feel like with Diddy, these are times where, you know, no matter what, money can't really do nothing in these types of situations. I feel like if the things that they're claiming, I hear a lot, you know, I hear on one side, I hear a lot of people making allegations and saying that how he did this and did that, and they don't have any proof behind it, and it doesn't sound right. But then on the other side, the things that he did do, I feel like that's where he's gonna get hit with the most time. So it's real, you know, like I always say, man, you don't need millions and millions of dollars to live a life and enjoy your life without doing wrong to people, or even because a lot of that money, when you really think about it, is money owed to certain artists that, you know, he might have got in the past. I don't know. It's like a greedy cloud hanging over hip hop when it comes down to, I guess, I don't know if the older they get, they feel like, okay, this is going to be it. I'm taking everything, but that ain't how you treat people. But I hope that when that case, it's going to be one of the biggest cases ever. And I'm just waiting to see what's going on with it and how it all turns out. Would he come out Teflon Diddy, or is he gonna, you know, suffer these consequences that, you know, he once put upon other people, and now the courts are taking that on him? Man, man, man. When it comes to life, you guys, I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. All of this doing people wrong and all of this getting over on people, it ain't worth it in my book, man. I don't care how much money people attach to this, and it's not worth it. You know, I feel at my best when I'm at my healthiest and I can go out there and make something for myself, you know, and for my peoples and my family and the ones that love me. And I feel like that's the energy you should be going into this summer. Not trying to do the most, but just trying to do what, you know, what opens you up, set your spirit free, what makes you feel good about yourself. And I like, even on YouTube nowadays, if I see something that has bad vibes attached to it, I don't even watch it. I just, from the thumbnail, I could figure it out. The headline, do I want to talk about? And I don't even I just breeze by it, because there's no time to put all this extra stuff in your life when you know that there's other things you could be doing to uplift your life. Anything that makes you feel good, you want to run towards it as quick as you can. Trust me, because there's so many things in this world that can you know, you can lead you astray. I was watching the other night an interview with Uncle Murder, and he was getting interviewed by the famous, I should say, one of my favorite movies of all time, Bronx Tale. You know, Collusion, I believe his name, Collusion. He was he's doing a podcast, and he was just telling his story and speaking to Uncle Murder on just his addiction in the past and how far he made it to this point. And I commend people like that, because at the end of the day, man, even if you're going through some things and you got a little addiction going, because trust me, addictions and all of this stuff is not just your fault. That's how you got to really look at it. It's not just your fault. Sometimes people are searching for this fun and searching for, you know, this high and this, and they get into something not knowing how strong it could be, and they end up doing things or changing the person they are. So when you can get back, I commend anybody, man. There's so many things that it's all about replacement. Like, if you could replace your drug habits with better eating habits, and you can get the same energy out the eating, or you can anything that's bad for you, could switch it with something good in your life, and then turn your life all the way around. I love to see people turn their life around, because that's what I'm doing myself. I used to throw everything back, just sweet, salty, it don't matter, and just going on with life like it was not that serious. And now when I realized, you know, my anxiety kicked in, and I was just nervous, and I didn't know if I was going to be a pre-diabetic, because people in my family have passed from diabetes. But I ended up I'm not a pre-diabetic. God put a little extra helping hand on me and gave me a little healing. So I wanted, after the same feeling I felt when I was in there, like, God, please, just this one time, I want to bring that same feeling and help other people with it. Like, you know, like that, you got another shot. No matter what, you got another shot. You got another shot at what you want to do. Just got to take your time and figure things out. If you're looking for love, it will come too, as long as you find yourself and know who you are, and you're comfortable with that. Then somebody get comfortable with you. Now you're all together forever. Somebody, Suge Knight said, you snitched on the homies. Snitched. We don't use those terms here, but you're talking about snitch. I'm not a street dude. I don't know if you might be new to the channel, but I'm not like a street dude. And man, at this point in my life, I don't have nobody to snitch on or no crimes to even talk about because I don't do criminal. I don't do nothing criminal really. You know, I don't do none of that stuff. All of that stuff it's like, to me, all that crime and getting over on people, that bring bad karma. If you know me, you know I don't want to be nowhere near that stuff. I don't want to see nothing to have to stitch on nobody. I don't got none of that stuff going on in my life. Everything in my life has something attached to do with love or just bettering yourself. So maybe you might be new to the channel, but I don't mind anyway. You know, a lot of people, I hear a lot of snitch talk when it comes to like YouTube and people just, you snitched on him and you snitched on him. You know what? To get yourself out of all of that so you don't have to worry about who's snitching on you or who's snitching on this person, don't put yourself around people that's doing crime and put yourself around people that's going to put you in a place where you can end up in prison. You know, it's not about who's snitching on who. It's about you not doing the crime, you finding better routes for yourself and better ways to advance your life, instead of having to go out there and say he snitched on me, because that's it's like a never ending you know, like, see, people just don't want to find a solution in things, but it's kind of like it's an ongoing thing. He snitched on him, he snitched on him, I did this for him, did that for him. Why you all of that energy y'all have is snitching and this and that? You really should put all that time into your family and the people that really love you, so that you won't have to worry about somebody snitching on you or going out there and pointing out something that they feel that you did to somebody. Just be good to people, and that good karma will come back to you. Don't let these people fool you out here and think all this street stuff is the cool way to go, because in the end, you ain't gonna have nobody to turn to, yo. And that's just the truth, man. I see a lot of people, even, but they got bad friends around them, and these are people that they set them out on these missions, and they got to go out there and hurt somebody for this person and that person, and then look what ends up happening. People put the story back together, and they all end up getting in trouble, and they all end up talking. If you really think about it, when it comes down to since we're on that subject of snitching and things like that, I've never heard more information spread out but from the street guys. And then when it hits like YouTube and things like that and people can decipher it, then they get mad. Oh, I can't believe you're putting this and that together. Like, for example, Lil Durk. Lil Durk, and you know, when it comes down to Lil Durk, I don't automatically just say, oh, free Lil Durk, this and that. I don't know if he did this stuff that they put him up for, but it shows that the courts were wrong. The timing, they're showing that Lil Durk, the timing that they had where he recorded his the music that they're claiming that he you know, set out for to hurt these people. He recorded that music. It was time stamped earlier before these incidents happened. So I don't know, you know, I just feel like when it comes to Lil Durk, he was one of the ones that I really championed, and I really felt like he can do a real change in Chicago. Just being a stand-up guy and taking a different route, showing the youth that, like, wait, hold on. He started like this, but, you know, he quickly cut that out. Because when you really think about it, you guys, we need the people that became leaders throughout their talents. We need them to turn around now and not talk to us, but talk to the youth and let them know, don't even start getting into this. I've never heard somebody say, oh, this is the new drill. This is the new way of doing it. And we need a lot more of that in our lives. And when I seen Lil Durk and they had him out there and they put, you know, they got him behind bars and stuff, I felt bad because he's one of my favorites, you know, like, but I can't just say that, you know, for the people that got hurt out there, the families, you also gotta attend to them too. Just they might not have a name, this and that, or some of this information could be wrong. It might be wrong. So when you get yourself around people that's dealing with this street business and they're doing this and that, and people on YouTube, a lot of people say, oh, people on YouTube are putting these stories together. But if you don't have the information out there, then they won't have anything to put together. We will, you know, I'm not the one that's gonna slap everything together and say, oh, he did this. But when I see some things, I'm like, man, you know, that content creator really put a story together. Like, that's really, it sounds believable, you know? And these are the things you got to watch out for, especially when it comes to social media, because you think that you're beefing with this person and you're doing these subliminal shots. Next thing you know, in court, they got your paperwork and they're unraveling the puzzle of who you think. They got the slang and everything. You know, it's social media. It's no longer, you know, slang used to be subjected to different boroughs, different states had their own slang. But now with social media, slang is everybody's thing now. Slang is everybody speaking like this so and so and that so and so. And what do you think? These people don't have like people in like judges and things like they all watching the same things we're watching. They're human beings too. So once somebody starts putting together a case, it doesn't it saves them the time and work, and they just see, they read it and they go off of that. And a lot of rappers are being arrested because of it. All I can say for Durk is I hope that the things that they said that possibly could be involved in is not true. I'm hoping that stuff is not true. Putting hits on people. As a rapper, you cannot go out there and even threaten other people. You are a brand now. You are a public figure. You do not want to threaten people, because it does, just because you have a whole bunch of people that love you for your music, that one little family that you put harm to could turn your whole life around. So be careful, man. Um, do I support LGBTQ? I do. As a matter of fact, I do have something. You know, it's funny you said that. God gonna bless you. If I'm saying it right, I want to say your name right. Let me see. Perda lawyers. Perda. I would call you. Let's call you Big P. God bless you, because I have a video dropping at 10:30 about the LGBTQ community when it comes to like studs and cheating and things like that. But I do support Indian rapper copying Project Pat. I love Project Pat. Nipsey Hussle type. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle too. Yeah, I do have. I support everybody. You know, I'm not gay myself, but I know I had gay friends in the past, and there's a lot of people that they scared to come out in these times because how social media could be so cruel. But I support everybody with a loving heart. I don't point people out for what the things that they do, or the people that they sleep with, and just automatically judge them. That's not the type of person I am. I like to be open to everybody, because you never know what somebody's going through or what's next to come for someone, and you never want to like just be the best version of you. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not perfect. I just try to be the best version of me, and I just never block people out. So yeah, you could say I support them, because let's say a fashion line comes out and somebody, I'm always in support. I'm that type of person. I even have some 10:30. You'll see the video. It's funny you said that, but at 10:30 I have something that's kind of speaking on some situations. Okay, I don't mind. You can ask me anything. Ask me anything. I don't mind. I appreciate it. Because actually, I need some more questions for you to ask me, so I could get more content out there. You understand? um, Let me see what else. What else we got here? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I had something for you guys. Hold on. Um, Another thing that I seen and I said, my goodness, is Dame Dash. I'll just say healing energy to Dame Dash, because going through these financial fights, oh my goodness, these people are trying to take everything from Dame Dash because of this money that he owes. And I don't know what's going on, or what, I don't know. Every time you look around, somebody's snatching something from this man, and it's all first of all, I would say just some key factors here that we have to understand. In these times, I know we see a lot of people doing duplication of things, and you have to be original in what you do. Your process has to be a blueprint, and you have to follow your blueprint without having to go to anybody else. And when you're in a position where your word might go out a little further than everybody else's, you have to be responsible about the things you say. People can sue you for almost anything in these times. So it looks like because they're even taking the rights to his movie, state property, just to pay back this 4 million. And let me tell you, 4 million is nothing to sneeze at. That thing would take your house. It take everything that belongs to you. It's just sad that every time we look and see, like in the news or something, it's about somebody taking something from him. So I was just giving healing energy, because I don't know where he's at in his life and how he's taking it, how he's dealing with it. Because just the fight going back and forth to court, that's a lot. What type of videos do I make? I try to make Well, it depends. So when it comes to these live, I really started this to be uplift people and getting people to know who I am as a person a little more personally, on like everyday events and topics I usually pick out. But when it comes to my videos, I try to cover everything. I try to cover everything that I feel like, if I feel like it drives me to say something, or it's going to help somebody out there, or I'm covering it and I'm trying to put it down, whether it be culture driven, relationships wise, just a little bit of everything. Because I didn't, on this YouTube thing, that you have, sometimes people go for the algorithm, try to do things that other people are doing, but I try to just grab things that I can speak on, and that I can give some information because I went through it or had some kind of experience about it. So that's basically the videos I'll be doing. um, and I try to make them as good vibes as possible. Even if it's a bad situation, I try to find something good out of it, and I try to like spin it around so it could be, you can get that out of it. Yeah, it's a lot of industry plants. That's it. People don't understand how bad copying things. If you don't realize, like, copying things dilutes your talent. Like, the more you copy it, like, it kind of like it takes the strength away from the original. The more and more it gets copied in a way, and I've been hearing a lot of music like duplicated and copied music. I don't know. I'm not really all the way for that. I'm not, but do what you do, get your coin. But in the end, if you want somebody to remember you for a longer time, and remember you for something that, trust me, the more original you are, the longer your legacy will be. I feel like a lot of all this duplication stuff, I don't get into that because it just reminds me of the first song that you duplicated. I don't know. I don't know. Some people are more in it for the hustle than they are in it for the legacy, and it's cool, it's fine, but feed your family the right way so you don't have bad karma attached to whatever you're doing. Yeah, motivational type of stuff. Yo, trust me, let me tell you, at first, I had to, like, sometimes if you don't see me here, it's because my energy ain't there. Like, sometimes, even though I try to give as much motivation, sometimes it takes a lot out of me. So try to be here for people, and as I motivate people, try to motivate myself to do more and do better, and just live more healthy and as a better person. Yeah, I try to do it all, man. I'm trying to stay away from the trolling and all of that stuff because it just don't suit me. It ain't my fit. It ain't my fit, man. A lot of people do it, and they get that, that going, and you get a whole bunch of viewers, but it's something that I could never see myself keeping up with, trolling and things like that. Oh, I'm from New York. I'm from New York City. Born and raised in New York. My family's from Barbados. My mom, my pops, they from Barbados, and yeah, man, I'm here trying to show y'all the love. I love New York. There's no place else I'd rather be, but I don't mind visiting places. But there's no other place I'd rather be but New York. The big Q, Queens, Queens, Queens too, to be exact. But yeah, man, I'm out here in the queue, and I'm trying to spread some good energy, and at the same time try to bring some more interesting things for you guys to check out. But I got some funny videos coming. I have a few things that I want to present to you guys, and I'm always going to be here trying to do something new and add something new in there, even if it doesn't get as many views now. I know later on it'll pick up. I'm not really too worried about the views more than I'm worried about the viewers. What else I had up here for you guys? Oh, out here. Well, I don't eat this stuff. Burger King, they closed 57 locations. They're going bankrupt. All of these fast food spots. Let me see. What's one of the craziest? Okay, what's one of the craziest things I ever seen? Um, I was in the city. I was walking in the city with my mother, and this is the end story of it. Somebody had lost their job, and they committed suicide. They unalived themselves by jumping off a building and hitting the floor right in front of us. So I grabbed my mom and put her under my arms, and we walked off. That's one of the craziest things I've seen. I don't know why that came to my head like that, but yeah, that was one of the craziest things I've seen. Yeah, they unalived themselves, and you know, a lot of that's happening, but in New York, they try to hide some of this stuff so it doesn't get out to the people. But it was over, like, I guess they had lost their job or something like that. And, you know, people, it's just not, just anxiety will make a person think, oh, this is the end of the world. I have to take care of my family, or I owe this, I owe that. But at the end of the day, you being present in your being is going to be, that is what counts for anything. Everything else can be replaced. Everything else, you don't want to just give up like that. You can't just give up like that. You just can't do it like that. There's all, you know, I know a few people that unalived themselves that were close friends to me, and I didn't know that they were going through what they were going through, because as we get older, we go our separate ways. But giving up like that, I'm not with that, because I've been there myself too. I ain't hiding to tell you. I've been at a point in my life where I felt like, nah, you know, this ain't working out for me. Why is this always happening to me like this? And I had different feelings of thinking like that, but as I grew and started learning more, I got out of that. You know, I stopped questioning just the way, this is just how I came up. You know, this how you gotta look at it. Not everybody just has like this whole like beautiful life going on. Sometimes you get a lot of bumps in there, and it makes you who you are. But yeah, that was one of the craziest things, man. I don't like to see people hurt themselves like that, or have to go all the way there, because we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, man. Some people, I call all this whole life, sometimes people fall in love with the feeling. Um, and sometimes, you know, you realize the older you get, the things that you thought that were not tasting good, or the things that you thought that were too much for you to do, those are the same things that you need in your life to help you out. Like my doctor told me, yo, you gotta do some exercising, walking, this and that. You know, a lot of content creators don't move around a lot as much as, you know, you're sitting there, you're typing, and it's not like your body's exercising. And life is an exercise. I always say to myself, life is an exercise. The things that you don't want to do that can help you, once you realize that they are beneficial to you, you'll run straight towards it. Yeah, man. But I've been there. I've been at my low point. Sometimes I feel like, why am I, you know, but it's always a comparison. And once you have comparison in any of your dilemmas, any of your problems, and it's some comparison to anything, take it out. That's the way I look at it. Take it out, because there's always somebody that has less enjoying themselves, and what are they enjoying? They're enjoying their life. They're not enjoying the things that they brought into their life. They're just enjoying their life. You know, like when people like they get panic and they want to take their life, or unalive themselves, because they don't have enough money to pay for this and that. When you really think about it, those are all things that you brought into your life. People usually in these times, they're going broke over maintenance. They're not going broke over buying things. It's the more you buy and add this bill into your life, that's more things you have to upkeep on your way up. But the more you start realizing that life is not just about all of this stuff and all these things, you no longer have that heavy weight on your shoulder. Yeah, you might see other people doing that, but sometimes everything don't suit us, man. Just think about it. Like me, myself, like I'm not the type of guy that's gonna just be, you know, especially just blowing my money on things that I probably don't need at this point. Like I'm not going to be buying a whole bunch of clothes here and this and that, when I know that not only that is it's other people out there that need things, but I just know that the way life is with the prices going up in the air, I might need something in emergency. You know, I might need this to, so I'm not, you know, I kind of like, the more you keep your, and I'm not minimizing anybody, but the more you know, you stick to the minimum for now, you end up getting the more of abundance of stuff later. You know, the more how you treat yourself now is going to be later on in turn is how you're going to live your life. That's the way I look at it, man. Always know that there's something better to come. There's something better to come. So, yeah. Oh, you live in Germany? Shouts out to Germany. Are you serious, for real? Nah, man, don't get on those pills. No, but let me tell you something. There's a trick to that. I'm gonna show you how your mind is in control of everything. You see, like how when people take those oxys, right? And it's hard to break off of them. There was a study that was done that where they gave somebody water pills, and just feeling like that was the pill, they they thought that they were in that state of mind when they wasn't, because it wasn't the same thing going in. It's your mind. Your mind has more control over everything you do. Those are one of the most dangerous things. The pills and things like that. It's a it's a short term it's a short term happiness. Long term happiness comes within your mental, and you don't have to take anything for that. See, the true fact is, getting high and getting all of this stuff, if you can find that in other things without drugs or anything like that, oh, you won. You won in life. No matter, you can have $1 in your pocket, but if you high off of life, oh man, you skipping down Manhattan, they don't even know why you're so happy. You just moving on with your life because you have nothing that altered that happiness. An altered happiness is almost like an artificial way of living. And you take your step by steps, and you can find yourself moving further away from it if you ever wanted to stop, you know? Like a lot of people, like different areas, people have different things that they deem to be their escape route. Like in Texas, they say, well, in Texas, a lot of people, the lean, and they're sipping the lean and this and that. But once you see it take so many great people's lives, you got to say, even if you're living in Texas, you know what? This ain't for me. Because out there, over there in New York, or out there in Atlanta, they're not using this, they're not using that, and they're living. You have to get examples from good people and know that there's other things that can stimulate your mind and give you a healthier life, because that's what it's really about. Your health is going to be your longevity. A lot of people were fighting. They was trying to go through the race and make it, but they couldn't make the finish line because they burnt themselves out due to the things that they put in their body. And once you know that from the beginning, it makes you much smarter than the next person that just going about life aimlessly. That's how you gotta look at it. Once you know it and you know it's wrong, and you say that's not right, and instead of putting and say, making excuses for it, you start making excuses for yourself to leave it. See, people will make excuses like, oh, I got into an accident, I got into this, so I have to take this, and I got onto this. But once you start saying, nah, I don't need that to heal. My mind is going to be the healing point for me. Now you're becoming more powerful. Now you start realizing, man, that guy was right. If I believe in something, you see that it's like almost like how they say, like how you can attract things into your life. It's the same thing. It's just a harder fight to get over that hurdle. But I think you can get there. You'll get there. All them pills and things like that, if you really think about it, them things ain't never been good for nobody, man. When you really think about it, it took so many lives just to numb themselves for a few minutes or a few hours. But eventually you're gonna find something else to numb yourself that's more natural. That's why when a lot of people they take meditation and all this stuff like it's a joke, but it's not really a joke. It's just that being that you're not used to it, it might sound like that way. But then you start realizing the power that you have in yourself, and you're like, man, human beings, the superheroes we watch, we still like that. Like we have a lot of things in our dynamic that makes us a superhero. Everybody has different things about themselves. So some people have the power to heal faster, and some people have just the power to help people. And helping other people always helps yourself. I realize that too. Your blessings come from the people that you go out there and help and make them feel good about themselves, because people go through it, man. People go through it. People go through it. Us as people, we have so much in front of us right now. Everything's being compared to money. You see what they're doing to us? You see what they're doing to us? They saying, yo, this costs this and that, and they raising the prices so you can feel bad and feel like you. But if you know your worth in yourself, and no matter what money they attach out there, they can put you in the middle of a jungle and you'll sit there and you'll survive longer than that guy that's think that the world's on top of his shoulders, because they put so much stuff in their life. And they put so many things in their life, they have to maintain this image, maintain their presence. Because if you snatch that stuff away, that we don't know who that person is. But if you snatch something from us away, as we sit there, you will still know I'm me. Whether I might not have as much as the next person, I'm always going to be all right, because my word and the way I think is what carried me and led you to meet me. Not what I'm wearing or what type of clothes I got. Nothing like that. Or car I drive. None of that stuff defines me. The things that define us really is how we interact with people. And the human experience is not made for us to be fussing and fighting every day on social media. It's for us to say, you know what? I like that Indian dish. How'd you make it? You know, we have a dish in our culture that's kind of like it. It's this, and we start doing things together and seeing our differences and start realizing, man, we got so many things in common. Like it's almost to the point where you'll laugh like, I can't believe people are still racist. Like, are you serious? We are human beings. We've seen people do amazing things, and we've seen people do some of the wickedest things to people. But what was it all for? When you really think about it, what is it all for? I feel like if every person I come in contact with, if I leave them with a good experience or I leave them with my best self, that's another notch up for myself, because you don't want to leave people with the intentions of thinking that you're a bad person. You know, it's just the way you look at life. It's what everybody reaches a point in time in their life where they see things differently, and it's always up to us to stick to that, what we saw. Yeah, we saw it, we saw it, we saw it, we saw it, and we know we saw it. If you've seen death and it hurts you bad, or you ended up in the hospital and you say, I'm not going to go this route again, stick to it. Stick to what you got going, because the fight is really only with you. My fight was always with me. It was never with anybody else around me. It was just me trying to bring out my real self. The thoughts I had inside, like, I was never the type to be like, it's another thing. I see a lot of these relationships, they can't even hold together. I'm like, I don't understand like how a person could just, and as a younger youth, you want all the different females and you want to try different things. But as you get older, you start realizing, no, I really need somebody I can trust. Did you see the judge that was jealous of, I guess, her husband, and while he was sleeping, she shot him in the head? These are things that, like, you want to be able to turn your back and be trusted and can trust somebody that you have in your life. A lot of these people don't even know each other. So you'd be surprised how many things that you do have that are so beneficial and that other people will die for and pay tons of money for. They'll give away all their millions to you just to get their health back because of the mistakes they made. And once you know that the power is within you. So all those pills and things like that, yeah, they're just trying to trick you and numb you. They're trying to make it seem good and seem digestible because they want you to live a silent and pass away silently. No, you want to live your best life. And if you have to go to the top of the mountain and say, I just made it, I quit. That's why when people say, you guys know I came up with the Made It stuff. My name, Mickey Made It. And I see some people thinking like made it and they attach it to money. But nobody really ever knows but you guys. When I say I made it, it means that, I made it through. Like, I could have not been here, Every day I wake up, I make it, like I made it, that is more attached to my lifestyle and my health than it is to money. But some people, I could hear them, being that the lifestyle they live, oh, he made it. Where did you make it? But the truth is, it's my life. It's how the things that I've been through, my family, my experiences, the things that changed me and started focusing me on the things that I really appreciate. My grandmother, my mom's, my brother, my niece, people I really, really love. And every day I wake up and I open my eyes, I made it. So that's really, when you attach good things in your life, instead of you like hear people saying like, oh, they talk death and how he got shot today, got shot yesterday. If you start talking life into your life, oh my goodness, you living a long life. God gonna bless you. God is gonna bless you. Once you start realizing, no, there is a Most High. There's something up there that's more powerful than I can even imagine. And something that's leading me to do better for myself. Then you start becoming stronger, for real. I try to keep it 100 every day. I have to, because without that, it's like me falling off. Now I gave up the best of me. If I let somebody get the best of me, or I let somebody release their bad energy and that affects me, oh man, they got the best of me. I don't want that. I want to be able to see what people are going through, and even if it's bad energy, I want to be able to dissect it and still come to a good point and say, you know what, and find the good in things. If you can do that in everything you do, oh my goodness, everything will come to you. Whatever you need, the money, you want the money, they know God is going to bless you, because He's going to know when you get the money, you're going to do something good with it. You don't want to get the money in the stages of your life where you might be on drugs or this and that, because that might be the same thing that's going to end your life. You see, some of these celebrities fall short because they have all the money, so it's that much harder for them to stop doing the stuff that they're doing. And then they find themselves in a place that they can no return. Because it's almost like, if think about it, if your entourage, you're a big superstar, and everybody's just yesing you around, when you doing this wrong and stuff like that, they might even do it with you just to show you that they want to be around. But do they want to be around, or do they want to be around the money, your lifestyle? You want to have somebody like, wait, hold on, don't do that. Trust me, this is what could happen. And at least give you the right information and know that, you know what, there's something better than this. A lot of people, they find their way, and it's never too late. And never put things off. If you think about it today, keep it in your mental cabinet and start working on it. Start chipping at it. While nobody's looking, you start chipping at what you got going on. You got a little something that you feels wrong with you, start chipping at it. Next time you know you go to take the pill, try to put up and throw it away one time and see if you can fight that urge. Fight back with it. You got to fight back. That's how you gotta do it. Because I had so many times I had to fight in my life for certain things. People would never know. Anxiety took me to another place, you know? It took me to another place, almost losing my life and always having that in my mind. Now I'm worrying about my family. I want everybody to do good. I feel like I should be in a better place. I feel like all of that stuff took a toll on me. Seeing the people that I love not you know, in the best places, and losing friends to either suicide or somebody shooting them down. Yeah, it started taking a toll on me. So while everybody else was just going through their normal life, it was weighing in on me. And I had to start realizing why, because I was more, I don't know if you could say it's emotional, but I was more like, it stood on my mind. That's what anxiety does. It stays on your shoulder and is always talking to you. And if you don't fight back that noise, you don't fight that noise and know how to tame that noise down and say, you know what, no, I'm moving on with my day, then it starts taking control of you. So it's been a fight, and I'm still fighting. And as much as people think that it's easy, it's not easy out there, us as human beings. And social media, oh my God, they can show you a life of how people are just the happiest in the world, but behind the scenes they're not. So once you start figuring this stuff out, you start to think, hey, you know what? Forgive that person, yo. Forgive that person. When you hear people praying for you and they pray on their enemies, love on those people. They have a different outlook of they're returning. You know, like how somebody, they shoot at you, but they expect you to go out there and do the same thing to them. But the thing about it is they want to bring you into their pain. So somebody shoot at you, right? You go out there and you do something to that person. You're the same person as that person shooting at you. You don't realize that. But when you turn around, you start praying for them, and you start going on with your life and start loving on the people that love you. Yeah, God's going to make a way for you. Those people will never, ever get near you because they want to pull you down and put you in a place where you're not even your best at. Like, you can't put me in a place where shooting at people, because killing people is not what I'm good at doing. I'm more good at uplifting people. I like to make things. I'm an artist. I do so many different things. I'm a writer. I like to do other things. So me just putting my energy into doing something to hurt somebody else, that's taken away from what God put me on this earth to do. Oh no, you're not going to get me out that bag. No, get away from me. I start going. Even though people might have thought of me of some way because they see like the cars I drive or the trucks I drive, in my head, I knew who I was. I knew I had to get to a point in a place where I felt most comfortable. And I knew I had to stay around my family if I wanted to make this thing work. Because and I can't just snap of a finger and pick somebody and put them in my life and expect them to understand who I am as a person. No, I have to work with the people that raised me and the people that got me here. So I had to do a lot, man. I had to do a whole rechanging of my life and really look at the people that was in my life that really love me, instead of just having a whole bunch of people around, friends that don't really care about me or worrying about what I'm doing. I said, you know what, to hell with it. Let me start fresh and refresh my life. If God gave me a chance, he woke me up in the morning, I made it. And that's how I started. I said, you know what, I'm not used to going on here and telling my business and having no camera on live, but let me go out there and give them people a shot. And maybe one or two of these people could understand what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, it's hard. It's hard out here for everybody. It's not easy. We go through a lot. And the way the TV and these people got us thinking that the world is, it's just like some perfect, and no, it's not. It's not as easy as it looks. And we all like they say, you know, we all have 24 hours, but some of us, we don't, you know. Some of us, we go through things that where the time snaps like this and we don't realize the day is gone, you know. And until we sit down and start realizing who we are as a person, man, we'll be lost for the rest of our life. So that's my whole fight is really fighting myself. Once you start fighting yourself and you start, people try to like mess your life up, you start looking like, oh, why you gave me that? You want me to get high. You want me to lose track. No, and you start fighting back now. You start fighting back. God gonna see you fighting back and he gonna bless you. You might can help tons of kids out that's trying to go down that route. And you know it best. You know how to pop a pill and throw it back and go on with your day. But that kid out there, he don't know that might take him somewhere else. And you change the route, it helps you out. Now you become a bigger person, man. Your story is what? You mean to tell me you made it and you're still here? Oh, you have a story. The minute you stop that, your story begins. Your story begins. That's how it works. See, God might the devil has so many hurdles out there for you, but God has the wings for you to get over them. No matter what the devil do, the devil never beat God. That's the trick in it all. The devil never beat God. Never, never, ever. If that was the case, we would have all been dead already. The world would have been destructed already for us fighting back and forth for things that we have no control over. But God always wins in the end. So when you look at life like that, you know you're gonna always have your wings are gonna start flapping once you start realizing what's going on out here. Trust me, they try to trick us, yo. They try to trick us. They try to say, they try to make life just a whole straight fun experience. No, it's a learning experience, and with learning, it's not always fun. When you see something too sweet, too this, too that, it's not good for you. Trust me on that one. Trust me on that one. See, people think that it's just drugs that's killing people. No, it's not just drugs that's killing people. Misinformation is killing people. The information that you are receiving that you feel like could be the right information, those are the things that can kill people. When you don't have opportunity, the door is always open once you realize where that door is at. Look, people, if it's money you want, find the thing that you love the most and then monetize that, and the money will come way more in abundance than you just trying to find what somebody else is doing to get that. Because it's just like if you see like a guy running a race and you're like, damn, he won $100 million for that race, but you don't like running, then it kind of like it's not gonna suit you. But if you be like, how much the guy that blew that whistle when they took off running, how much he made? Oh, he made 50 million. Oh, he did? Okay, I like whistles. You got to find your placement in certain situations, and you'll get the best out of it. Sometimes it ain't always the big dollar sign. Sometimes the most money brings you the wrong people in your life. Sometimes all the things that you want to wear and you see other people wearing that's nice, sometimes I look, oh, that's nice. But sometimes that don't bring the right energy into your life. Sometimes just being you yourself brings the right people in your life. You're like, damn, I can't believe she really see me for me. I ain't really had no Gucci on, no Louis on. I had no designer anything. I didn't have no diamond chains on. And she gave me a wink and we started chopping it up. Took her to eat some breakfast or some lunch and we fell in love. You'll be so surprised how life works without all of these, the whistles and the bells like they're called. You'll be so surprised. You'll be so surprised. You'll have a bigger smile on your face when there's no all this material stuff attached to it. Because then you don't have to do all that stuff. And people fall victim to that every single day, trying to do what the next person is doing. And a lot of those people are so hurt inside because they need all of this stuff to cover it up. Meanwhile, you can go outside as your naked self and people will love you for who you are. It's two different feelings that some people will never ever understand. People will never ever understand until they come to that realization. Anybody that's dealing with addiction, anything like that, you could always turn your life around. But it's always up to you. The less you believe in yourself, the more you're going to need medication to do it for you. But the more you start believing in yourself, that's when your mind starts taking control, and your mind is the medication. Nothing will be able to come in your way without you being alert to it. Like, wait, hold on, that's not good for me. Well, yeah, liquor might be good for you, but it's not good for me. The way I drink, I probably go all the way up with it. So you gotta know how to level out your life. And it's one thing you can't do. If you're on that, the only thing, some people say, well, I have to do drinking and this just to get rid of that. No, you put another addiction on you. No, your addiction after that addiction should be something that's more healthy for you. And then you're gonna win. You're going to win. You see life clearer. I promise you. That almost got my anxiety up, but I just had to say that from the heart. I appreciate it. I never tried pills. Yeah. No, for real, that's deep what you said. Finding meaning in your suffering. That is so deep what you said. You're a smart person. Because if you when you really think about it, it's like, yeah, we all suffer. No matter, people might not show you that, but we all go through it as human beings. Don't you know, as you know, the black experience is one thing, but don't you know some white folks go through struggles just the way black people do, because they don't like how their ancestors or whatever their past, or how people automatically think that, oh, they're this, they're that. Don't you think some white folks go through things too? I've seen a lot of white folks go through the same depression and things like that. Everybody has something different. But once you just give a clear version and let people know who you are, speak up and let them know, no, I'm not like this. Don't put me in that box. You can't put me in that box. And then you start to realize, you know what? People are actually seeing me for me. It is life-changing. It's life-changing. It is life-changing. When people can only judge you for how you look, this and that, don't you know how many times people can get that confused? That thing will be so confusing when they start reading you from your heart. Oh, that's life-changing. They start calling you all of these funny names like genius, gurus. No, you ain't no genius, a guru, or a famous speaker. No, you're just being yourself, and you found yourself, and you want people around you to find themselves like how you found yourself. And they look at you like you're special, but we're all special. We're human. We're living in 2025. This is our time. We're all here on this earth. We're all here. We're all here. We're all here. And that's how we got to work with each other. Sometimes we're going to see more of the bad than we see of the good. But when we take our little peeks and we see the good, run towards that party. Run towards the people that's going to be good for you. I'm telling you. When I see good people and things, I run towards them, I support, because I know how it is. People get so confused because there's so many negative people out there. And just because somebody is addicted to something, that don't make them a negative person. Because sometimes people are just trying to find their out, trying to find their little escape. And there's better escapes in these times. You know, there's better escapes. Nowadays on the news, got everybody head thinking about money and what they ain't going to make. Well, listen, there's a lot of things that you're still here. You have time on your hands. You try to work with what you got. Work with what you got. When did men become so infatuated with other men's success? For real. Some people are so obsessed with other people. It's like, you know, and it's all about your intake, though. That's why even if somebody's obsessed with somebody else's success, it's their fault. Now, if that obsession makes you do better and become a better person, then kudos to you. You found something, a way to transfer your energy and build on it. But if you look over at somebody else and you could only see the end goal, which would be their successful point, without knowing the struggle or what it took to get there, then you're cheating yourself. You are cheating yourself thinking life is that easy. It's just like this. Okay, you just made up a song out of the blue, right? Let's just say, like on a rapping scale, right? You made a song out of the blue. It took you two minutes to make this song, and now that song goes viral. The whole world loves it. The hard work ain't coming yet. Yeah, the 2 minutes, it only took 2 minutes, right? But now all around the world, they want you to do shows, and you got to get up off your behind and take a plane here, take a plane there. Yeah, you're getting the money, but you can't stop because the world want to hear you perform that song. Hard work is going to come in whatever you do. And if somebody just say, you know, he only took 2 minutes to do that song, I'm going to try to make a 2-minute song. They'll never get to that point because all the hard work is going to come with it. They're not going to be able to fulfill that. Just because you took 2 minutes for the song, it might take 100 hours of you working out and traveling and going different places. Your body has to be up to that. So it's going to be hard work placed on whatever is successful. But sometimes people just see the successful point and say, you know, I just want the quick. But even when it come quick, it still slow down. Because you still have to work to keep it and maintain it. When people do not go, look, people are not going broke from trying to get money. People are going broke from maintaining the things that they have already. Because in these times, everything is like a subscription. Everything is a bill. It's not solid payments where you pay it off and don't have to pay it off again. The things that's making people go broke are subscriptional based stuff and items that you like, everyday items like food and things like that they might not be able, because they already set this life up and they have all of these things, all of this stuff that they have to maintain. So it's not about buying new things. It's all about maintaining the things you already have for a long time. And that is what's taking people out, not trying to get, if you never achieved it, then that's not going to be in your routes. You're just going to be trying to make more. You understand what I'm saying? So be mindful of the things and that the people put in front of you, and it might not look like hard work, but it's always hard work attached to the things that's going to make you successful and you can see yourself doing. Because if you just get a shot in the dark, you got to make another shot in the dark to keep this lifestyle going, right? That makes it that much even harder when you don't have a blueprint. Boom. You have to find and start making sure everything you do is more calculated so you can do it over and over and over and over again so you can have it substantial. That's why when you add all this stuff into your life, getting rid of that, trust me, getting rid of that mindset ain't easy for these people. Like I told you, remember with the clothes, I told you, now people are starting to understand when they see me wear my clothes and my brand, they understand. When I first started, people were like, what? Oh, this hating, but all these logos and stuff. But I knew in the beginning that people didn't love them. And I seen that the clothes, people were wearing it one time in social media, make them say the next day that the clothing was used. And I said, nah, they're going to fall short like that. If you got to dress up to, and then the next day you saying, oh, this is used, you're going to fall short. They got you. It's the McDonald's, how McDonald's trick people. They know that they have to keep coming back. And even if you don't want to work there, they know that there's some other youngster that's going to be the next day to take your place. And it's all this stuff is unhealthy. It's an unhealthy way to live. So as the time would go, as God would tell it, we start realizing those stuff weren't worth anything because those people didn't care about you. They didn't care. They didn't even want you to wear it. You see, trust me. That's why when people say, "Oh, why do rich people they dress this and that?" It's not about the way they dress this and that. It's just that a lot of them that has their mindset, what they're wearing doesn't define how much they made. And once you get out of that, you start worrying about, oh, how many clothes this one has or that one has, or he might have this Versace, this and that. Don't you know all of those brands? Some of them are going bankrupt. Don't think that it's like the ultimate duo that Versace's we're proud of. No, somebody did some bad business move and somebody had to take over somebody's business to help somebody out before they hit the ground. And you don't want to put your life in those positions. That's why now I'm just happy. I'm not like a told you so person. I'm just happy that people are starting to see things for what it is and know that the stuff that you were buying into, yeah, they didn't really serve you too much. A lot of people online don't even know. They're not even fashion-driven people. They might wear a lot of fashionable stuff, but people don't necessarily look at them for their fashion. And that's a hard thing to tell people because everybody wants to be that guy or that girl. But at the end of the day, sometimes fashion ain't the thing that drives people to you. Sometimes it's the things you say. It's not just all about the fashion all the time and how you look. Sometimes it's about how you make people feel. And I'm glad people are coming to that realization because I never thought, I worked for a jeweler in the Diamond District, and I just knew the difference between a wedding ring and like a ring you can get off the avenue or something. And it's just not the same diamonds. It's not the same, it's just not. Picture somebody, you had a Rolex on, right? Your whole entire life, and come later on in your life, you realize the watch is fake. Would you be mad at that the watch is fake at that point in time in your life, or did it serve the purpose that it served? People don't know the value in the things that really make. It's not material things, man. It's really not, So I'm glad that people are coming to that realization. No matter even if you feel embarrassed now, be wearing all that logos and stuff, as long as you know that you are worth more than the stuff that you put on. I don't even look at celebrities to buy clothes anymore because I know they will just put there for you to buy it. Like I'm very picky about the stuff that I get. And I like my stuff to last me too. I don't like to just wear it one day and then throw it away. Like I have a coat, it's like maybe 4 or 5 years old. It's like a long fleece coat that I pop out every now and then. And if you're gonna buy into something, make sure you're buying into something that's gonna be substantial in your life. It's not something you just throw away. That's not how life should be. That's not the way I want to live my life. And I save a lot of money doing it too. For real. That's and they don't realize they all look alike. It's like, and everybody's like, oh, I'm the first to do it. I'm the first to do it. It's like, what does that mean you're the first to do? First to do what? You know, like, it's, people are so ready to point out the things that's not really like necessarily the best thing to describe them in their life. Be the first one to say, you know, I helped that person, I helped her. Nah, these are all the people that I helped. I never really hear that. I never really hear that. I hear people talking, they're doing a lot of talking, and they're not living up to that. Like, it's almost like a preacher that wearing Gucci and Louis, and he's trying to give you good word. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Who are you sleeping with back behind there? I don't trust this guy because I can't feel your word when you're looking like a rapper. And it's not like that's a bad thing, but it's almost an eye opener to the what leads you? What do you lead with? Do you lead with your looks? Or are you leading with your word? You leading with this in here? Or you got an eye for everything? You can tell me what's the next car coming, what clothes are dropping, this and that. If you that type, I would stay away from that because that's not, you know, sometimes you can get lost in the sauce with that. And I try to look, I'm telling you, content creation will be the easiest if you just be yourself. That's the truth. People, I feel like people more would respect that than me coming up here acting like something I'm not. You know, I'm not with it. Yeah, I love ASAP Rocky. Um, Now when it comes to fashion with ASAP Rocky, I'm not really all the way with some of the stuff he does is pretty dope, but not all. But I love ASAP Rocky as a person. See, this is what I'm saying. Like him as a person, I always like the ASAP because look how they came in. Like they came in as a crew. They had a concept to them, and one thing that stood out, even though they were coming from Harlem, they had their new look of what they thought it would be. I love that. They took a leap. I love ASAP Rocky, you know, and you already know with Rihanna, I love Rihanna. I feel like ASAP is one of the ones that he is really, I feel like a leader when it comes down to like pushing the boundaries on certain things. So yeah, shouts out to ASAP. And who else? Oh, DMX. DMX, I don't remember for any fashion. If I had to, a common picture that would be always kept in my head about DMX would be the chain, the dog, big chain, no shirt on, by a pit bull. You know, DMX had, I didn't really look to DMX. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't know that. Like, I can't tell you what fashion a lot of these people are. DMX, it was his aura, it was him, his presence that meant so much. Even though he had like addiction problems, he was so much more worth it, man. DMX was so much more worth it. I felt like he had a lot to offer in this game, and I just feel like sometimes your demons get ahead of you, and sometimes the demons do win, sadly. Sometimes the demons do win, but the more you have better understanding and best prepared for this type of fight, you can never let the demon win. But his music will always live on, but DMX, I think that he didn't have to lead with fashions or anything like that. He just led with his aura. I felt him in so many different ways, man. What a legend. Oh, I appreciate you. I subbed. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that, man. One good person at a time. As we grow, we're going to march on together, man. For real, for real. I appreciate that. You don't know. I really needed that this morning. Yeah, man. I try to lead. I try. It's not easy because one day you're trying to lead with love, and the next day somebody just throw it off. Something just happened. This so and so got shot. This and that, and you're back in this state. But always find yourself in a place where it's like, find the why in those things, and you'll get closer to your forever points. Because if you find out why that happened, or why they shoot him down like that, oh, don't just tell me it's his environment. What happened? Were they jealous of him? Did he do something to somebody, sleep with somebody, or upset somebody? Because usually if that's all in that person, they don't know how to handle their hurt, so they take it and lash out on people. But sometimes a person's just going on with their everyday life and things just happen. So when I'm trying to, right now, you start, when it comes down to your wisdom, you start with asking questions. And once you start figuring out little answers to it, like, I know why you did that to me. You jealous of me. Look, listen, this ain't about nothing. I just wrote it down here. You show people the routes. Like, you ain't got to be jealous of me. I can show you how to do it. Then now you're finding more solution. They're like, wow, I can't believe, I thought you was like that. Oh, no, I'm not like that. Oh, no, I'm not like that, yo. I could give it to you too. This is, anybody can do this. You know, we can all help each other. Once you get into that type of bag, nobody can touch you. Nobody, they when they come there, you try to do you harm. They feel like just a light in them. They can't do it. They can't go forward with it. They can't put that gun back to the back of your head because they know you're a good person. Yeah, sometimes it happens and people get caught up in the mix. But when you have God's strength around you and you keep prayed up, people, they're more adore you for the things that because a lot of people just need answers and they need different routes. And that's really what it is. It's just people are scared. So that's the easiest thing to do is either pressure trigger or beat somebody over the head and run off and take off with their money. But you don't know, the guy that you just hit down, he could have gave you more money than you thought you stole from him. Could have gave you information, you know, instead of you stealing that Rolex off his arm, you ask him, you know, what's going on? How'd you get that? And he sit down with you, chop it up, lunch break with you and tell you, I did this, I put stocks in the here, this and that. Here, as a matter of fact, here, you can have this. I have more. You know, you never know how life can work if you just stop with all the quick to just grab it and run. No, take some information and learn it, figure it out. Sometimes it took me being by myself to figure myself out. The noise that we have surrounding us keeps us numb to all of these things and distractions. And I don't need all that stuff. I don't need all that stuff. I really don't need all that stuff. I don't have a place for all of that stuff, you guys. Maybe I'm just rambling on. I don't know. I'm just needing to spin facts. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad y'all can take some of this with you. Whatever I put down, please, y'all already know what I say. Whatever I put down, I want y'all to pick up. Because it's going to be worth something. It's going to be worth something. You'd be surprised all the things I've been through that made me turn to this point. I had it hard, man. It wasn't all the way easy for me, you know, like just thinking what people looked from the outside and thought it was not what it really was. And the things that I had to deal with to get to this point, just to find out a realization of, you know, what life is really about, it wasn't easy. Like I gotta know what's going on. If I feel hurt somewhere, I feel hurt in my stomach, I gotta know why, not just because my stomach hurt, and I gotta know what hurt my stomach. Like, what did I drink? I always trying to find like a why and why this happened so I won't have to do it again or go through it or tell the next person, don't do that. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Oh, real quick, there was a football player. He was, let me see, he was, his name is Kyren Lacy. Rest in peace. He unalived himself. A lot of people are dealing with a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff, man. People are dealing with it. You would think that just because he made the NFL and man, life is just life and life is just life. And all my people out there, you know, just realize that you don't need a whole bunch of stuff in your life to live a happy life. And I got a new video up there. I'm running over the time. I appreciate all of you guys. Make sure you like and share this up and subscribe if you're new. And 10:30, I have some videos. I have a video dropping, plus I'll drop another one later on. So I really appreciate you this morning. I really needed you guys this morning. And once again, healing energy goes out to Boosie. Don't overwork yourself, because anything to do with your heart or anything like that, you can be the heal. You can heal yourself. We can heal ourselves. We just got to know what we need to heal. You can't just sit there and say, I'm healing. No, you have to know what is to heal so you can strengthen your body up. And we're going to fight our way back up. And we ain't going to have all this material stuff to have a smile on our face. You understand what I mean? I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, I'll always show up for you guys. And I'll always show up for you. Because showing up for you means a whole lot to me. It helps me out too. I need all the help I can get. So until next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Love. I get up.